Hi, this is Miss Mondella, and I wanted to welcome you to 6th grade English. I'm really excited to be teaching all of your students this year. So far, they all seem like a really great group of students. Just a little bit about me. I got my bachelor's in English from Rutgers and my master's in secondary English from the same school. Some of our classroom expectations are pretty standard. The first is to be on time. If a student is ever out for an extended period of time, say they're absent for more than 2 days, if you could shoot me an email or if they could shoot me an email just to check in and see what they're missing, that would be really proactive on their part. The second is to be prepared. What we're talking about here is making sure that you're studying, making sure that you have everything that you need, and making sure that your Chromebook is charged. 3 is to respect and support everyone. 4, be respectful, and 6, don't plagiarize. There are plagiarism checkers online. If a student is ever struggling to learn how to plagiarize something, if they're confused on whether or not they should or how to do it, they can always come to me. Even though we go over it in class, they can always come to me for extra help or extra questions. If a student does plagiarize a major assignment, it will go in as a 50. It'll be a warning, and they'll be sent to guidance to discuss what happened and why they copied the work. If they proceed to do it again, it'll be a 0 for the second assignment. And these are for large assignments such as quiz and test grades. Homework help. I do offer help for students all days of the week except for Wednesdays and Thursdays. They can stay after school anytime between 2:10. Oh, it says 2:10. It should be 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Students can just check with me the day of or the day before just to make sure that I'm going to be there. If no student checks in with me, I will probably leave the building. So having them stay to check in with me before they stay after is a good idea. If there's students who cannot make these times but still want help, they're always welcome to email me after class. They can talk to me about coming in early or the potential of coming in for lunch during the day. First marking period, we focus on narrative writing. The second marking period, we start to focus more on analytics, so theme, tone, and writing style, how to create it in your own writing as well as analyze it in someone else's to increase comprehension. The third marking period is focusing on nonfiction and research. And the fourth marking period will focus on different cultures, myths, legends, tales, poetry, and how-tos, just to give students background information that they'll need before they start more complicated text next year and the year after. In Google Classroom, students can find all of our assignments, our do-nows, extra research, and extra sources. It's really important that students charge their Chromebooks every day at home. If students overcharge their batteries, meaning they continue to leave it plugged in after the battery is full, it may start to ruin the batteries. The Chromebooks are generally pretty durable, but students do seem to, by the end of 6th grade or the middle of 7th, start to experience some battery issues. So making sure not to overcharge the battery will help with that durability. This is something I like to go over with parents, and I go over with students too, just because it's really useful. It shows the benefits of reading 20 minutes a day and how that affects students in the long term. So the scores here at the bottom indicate how students will score on standardized tests if they are reading the directed amount per day. So a student who reads 1 minute a day scores in the 10th percentile, which is fairly low. 5 minutes a day is about average. It's the 50th percentile. But for students who read 20 minutes or more a day, and this is an average too. If a kid reads for an hour one day, but then they don't read for the weekend, that's obviously, it averages out. But that kind of practice is what really helps students reach the top of their class, even if it's just some fun reading. This is my email address. You can email me at any time. I do my best to get back to parent emails, although the weekends sometimes are a little hectic, so if you email me during the weekend and I don't respond, I will respond on Monday. I do send out remind messages to parents for quizzes and homework assignments and tests. So if you would like to sign up for those alerts, all you have to do is text This is the phone number you would text to. It's 81010, and these are the codes that you would text to that number. So if your student is in period 1 or 2, text the code at AGCF9K. If your student is in period 4, only text this code. And if your student is in period 6 or 7, only text the last code. If you text all of the codes or a code that's not for your student, you'll be getting the wrong announcements sent to your phone. I do not get your phone number through this service. It's protected, your privacy. It goes strictly through the app. You do not need to download the app. You can just receive the alerts as text messages. I will receive anything you send to the Remind app through the app. It won't come to my phone, so everything stays very private. This is the grading breakdown. It's pretty standard for all of the classes that they are taking. There might be some slight variations between the different subjects, but for the most part, they're pretty standard. I will be emailing these resources out as well. I often get a lot of questions from parents as to what extra work they can give their student or what books their student could read. So what I've done is I've put together a folder. It's a Google folder. When you click on it, there's going to be a lot of different resources. It's going to look like this. It'll be called Parents Shared. And you'll see there's a folder for book recommendations, there's comprehension resources, there's Model A papers. I put some papers in there from previous students that have earned really high marks, so students have a reference, and you have a reference too. And I have some vocabulary resources. There's also a copy of the slides that we're going over right now, and some other resources, as well as tips. I know a lot of you are very busy with work, and sometimes it's hard to stay on top of checking over all of the work that your kids do, so I do have some tips here to help students become high achieving even when you're busy working long hours or multiple jobs. I will say the simplest tip I can give to any parent about increasing their child's reading comprehension and reading ability is to put the subtitles on the TV. If your kid watches TV, if they watch movies, put the subtitles on. It's a very easy way to get them to boost their reading comprehension and their reading speed, because you essentially don't have to read to them, but they will naturally read and pick up new vocab as they are looking at the subtitles. Okay, have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll get to see most of you soon. Bye.